Could a massive data center be built near your neighborhood? Well, that's a conversation happening right now in Nashville as Metro leaders consider new rules for where these facilities can be built.
Yeah, our WSMV4's Joy Bukovac joining us live this morning with what's being proposed today. Good morning, Joylyn.
Morning. Well, Nashville's already home to 27 data centers already. And for many people, the question that this boils down to is where should those data centers be built here moving forward? And data centers, they power everything from AI to iCloud storage. But some neighbors are worrying about what's coming with those data centers where they're built. And now Metro Council members, they're introducing Nashville's first zoning restrictions for data centers. And this proposal would limit where facilities can be built and require community meetings before certain projects move forward. And one proposed site is actually near the Nashville Zoo, and some nearby residents say that they were surprised to learn that a data center could potentially be built in that area.
I think that there are probably much better areas that it would be more suited to, like in industrial or warehousing areas. There's lots of those around, as opposed to pretty much all residential area like where we are here.
And Metro Council members say that this is all about putting safeguards in place before there's issues moving forward. Now, this is going to be a discussion at today's Metro Council meeting. We'll let you know what's decided and what they talk about this evening.